There are very few incidences that can truly shock a detective, considering the kind of cases they witness on a daily basis. The case we're about to discuss today is truly one of the most bizarre and shocking ones. The witness they had been relying upon is, in fact, the very person responsible for a crime that was beyond comprehension. A 911 call was made from Orlando, Florida, to report a suspicious incident.
Gunshots, multiple.
Did you see anything suspicious or you just heard it?
No, ma'am, just here.
Okay. How many did you hear?
Oh, man, it's about 8 or 10, if not more.
The caller reported that they had heard multiple gunshots, around 8 to 10, possibly from an AK-47 rifle. When the police arrived at the scene, they discovered the lifeless body of a 41-year-old man named Eloy LeBron. He laid behind the wheel of his beloved 1998 Toyota Tacoma on West Anderson Street on July 23rd. The police examined surveillance footage nearby and interviewed the witnesses. They came across two young women, Markia Hamilton and Jaria Shield, who were only 19 at the time. The footage revealed the white Saturn leaving the crime scene shortly before the incident and later showed the two women getting out of the vehicle at their apartment complex. According to the police, they obtained surveillance footage from the camera at the intersection of West Anderson Street and North Westmoreland Drive. The footage showed a white 2004 Saturn Ion traveling north while LeBron's truck was heading south. The Saturn passed by the Tacoma and immediately made a U-turn. After the shooting incident, the Saturn quickly sped off and drove in the wrong direction on a one-way road, nearly colliding head-on with a white work truck carrying two brothers. To avoid the crash, the Saturn had to maneuver into a parking space, as recorded in the records. The driver eventually arrived at the residence on West Concord Street. One of the passengers in the work truck stated that they witnessed the driver of the Saturn extend their arm and fire the gun, as mentioned in the report. The police confirmed this account with the surveillance video, which captured an image of the driver, a woman wearing a white tank top. Additionally, the video captured the license plate number, leading the police to discover the Saturn belonged to Hamilton's mother. The police first spoke to a family member who had spent much time with the suspects. Police were trying to find out if the suspects had revealed any incriminating information. They wanted to know if the suspects were present during the morning of the incident to verify their alibi.
And the girls were not home. And as you sit here today, swearing to tell the truth so you don't get in trouble, you're saying you do not know where they were. Or whose house they were at, but you're telling me the car was not at home.
The family member said the car was not home when she left. The police then examined the gravity of the situation, stressing the potential consequences of lying during a homicide investigation, including felony charges that could severely impact one's future prospects. Returning to the interview with one of the suspects, the police pressed for the truth. The intelligent young woman suspect kept denying her involvement despite being warned several times. The consequences of lying during an investigation is no joke. She kept insisting that she was at work.
Just be honest, tell us what happened and we'll be done with it, we'll walk away. Okay, so obviously when someone is killed, you watch these TV shows, it's a murder investigation. They don't stop. We work, Detective Sharp and I, everybody in the unit, we work just like we would for your brother, your mother, your cousins, your boyfriend. We work 24/7 for these families. That's our job. Okay, the investigations never stop, forever.
Continuing the interrogation, it was discovered that neither the girls nor the car were at work. The officer pointed out that the suspects and the girls were family, regular spending time together, and questioned the chances of her not knowing about their activities. The suspect said they weren't really close and couldn't be expected to know everything. The officer argued that it's not normal for family members to be involved in a murder. The officer offered reassurance to the suspect, expressing their belief that she was not directly involved in the shooting due to inconsistencies with her character.
I never pulled a trigger in a day of my life.
Okay, but the information that we have, the shots came from your car.
Do you have evidence?
Yes.
What evidence?
Okay, and this is what's gonna screw you over in the long run. Okay. And this is what I'm trying to avoid happening to you. The evidence is super strong against the occupants of that vehicle. Do I think it was you and Jaria? God, I pray to the Lord that you girls wouldn't go over there and shoot up that damn street. I pray to God. But 2 people shot from that car. The car that you own, the car that we recovered. 2 people shot from that car. And yes, we can prove that.
Later, the police interviewed a witness who claimed to have witnessed the shooting. According to the witness, both the driver and the passenger of the car fired their weapons. The witness believed both individuals were men, providing another crucial information to the investigators.
So,
Tinted windows.
tinted windows. And then this car cut a right.
Two-door pickup.
Yeah, two-door pickup. This car caught a right, and then you said
He
it
cut him off. He cut him off.
cut the truck off.
Right, and was shooting. And he was steady shooting. But he was steady, when he's turning, he's shooting. And he kept going, shooting, and he stopped.
Point to where he was shooting at.
He started right here. He started shooting right here, over this way. The passenger, it's like he goes like that, and he was shooting like that.
Would you say his head's above the hood?
A little.
A little, but he's more like...
Right.
Okay.
Right.
His arm shooting over the top of the vehicle.
Over the top of the car. I think he could have shot the other guy in the hand, you know what I mean?
Okay.
The way he was
The way he's shooting.
Yeah.
What was the other guy doing?
The driver.
The driver.
He was shooting.
Was he shooting, like, is he driving like this? You're using his right hand.
Yes, I'm sorry, he was shooting, yeah.
So he's shooting across his body like this.
Like that, right.
Based on the witness's testimony stating that both shooters were male, the detectives from hypothesis that Marquia and Jaria may have been passengers in the car during the incident. During the interrogation, Marquia inadvertently reveals she has a fresh tattoo on her forearm, contradicting her earlier statement that she had it before the incident. This shakes her confidence, and she starts stumbling over her words. The detective picks up on his change in demeanor and begins pressing her further for information. The detective points out that Marquia made a significant mistake, claiming her tattoo would have identified her if she had fired shots out of the car.
Let me tell you something. My thing is, I wouldn't put my hand out to know. I wouldn't put my hand out to shoot nothing. This gonna identify me off real. I got a tattoo that's gonna identify. Either way it goes. If I shot my hand this way or through the passenger, I got something that's gonna identify, and I cannot deny these tattoos.
When did you get those?
I had got this like few weeks ago, I think. But, you know what I'm saying?
You didn't have them before.
No, but this right here would identify.
But you didn't have them before.
I had this one before. Yes.
Not when you stuck that one out the window
I didn't
over the
have
hood of
it.
the car. You did not have that.
I did not have this one. No.
Correct. So it wouldn't
My
identify
car,
you.
This
So,
ain't whenever was on the one.
What you just did, up over the roof of the car like that, shooting. You did not have that tattoo.
I'm saying I wouldn't do that because I know it's ways to identify me, and it's ways to identify. Because Jaria have a tattoo too on both things. She had words before her, so I know it's ways to identify.
However, the detective states that Marquia didn't have the tattoo at the time of the incident, as it's still healing.
Sweetheart, I know, but you said that you had that and you didn't.
No, I didn't say I had these. I'm saying these will identify me. A tattoo will identify me. I never said I had this. I know I had this 2 weeks ago.
All right. You just got it. I can tell that the ink is fresh.
It's burning? Yes, I just got it.
Yeah. Okay. I have tattoos too, so I'm familiar. Okay.
The curtain begins to fall. With the new information about the tattoo, the detectives believe they have solved the case and now can present it to a jury. They assert that all the evidence points to Marquia as the shooter, implicating Jaria as well. The detective suggests that the motive might be related to personal matters or a desire to send a message rather than intending to cause serious harm. Despite the confrontation from the police, who are now armed with solid proof, Marquia continued to deny being the shooter and insisted that she was a passenger, not the driver. The detectives acknowledge that decisions made in this room could significantly impact the rest of Marquia's life and urges her to consider the consequences of her choices. The detective reminds her that people make mistakes, and they believe the shots fired were intended as a warning or message rather than a deliberate attempt to harm someone. They suggest that if it were a road rage incident or an altercation between them. A warrant was later issued for Hamilton's arrest on the charge of manslaughter with a firearm. Eloy LeBron worked as a flight attendant and relocated to Florida a year and a half ago to be with his relatives after experiencing an injury. LeBron's cousin, William Morales, expressed the deep impact LeBron had on their hearts and lives.
Everybody that knew him and got to know him enjoyed to be with him. And he cared about his family and pretty much everything.
Surpassing any measure, we spoke about how LeBron was just another statistic, someone who fell victim to the unfortunate events occurred in our world. Instead, LeBron was remembered as a genuinely good-hearted individual. What do you guys think about this case? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.